Some of the sights and sounds inside the Kennedy Gymnasium on this Monday evening at the beginning of September for girls volleyball. Welcome everyone to our broadcast. Alex running alongside of our broadcast crew. Back in the Kennedy Gym for the first time to capture Kennedy volleyball on their home court since 2017, if you can believe that. It's been a long time since we've covered volleyball here at the varsity level, but we're glad to be back on the east side of town, broadcasting this matchup between Kennedy and Cooper. Cooper comes in here with a record of 1-5. The Kennedy Eagles come in here at a record of 4-3. Kennedy picking up some very key wins early on this season. But we start with the Cooper Hawks schedule and how they got here. Lost 3-0 against Holy Angels to start the season, and then they would drop 3-0 against the Armstrong Falcons. And Robbinsdale Cooper would then duke it out with Park Center. They would lose 3-1, and Robbinsdale Cooper would fall in very dramatic fashion in each of those 3 sets. Or correction, each of those 4 sets. Then they would fall to St. Anthony, and then they would participate in the White Hawk tournament at Mound West Tonka, where they would lose, or actually they would win against Mound West Tonka, but then they would drop to Buffalo in the tournament. Kennedy also played in that same tournament. And for the Kennedy Eagles, it did not go very well to start the year against Fridley, losing 3-0. Actually, correction, they won those games, or those sets rather, 3-0. And Kennedy would pick up another win against Minneapolis South. So actually a very strong start to the year for Kennedy. But then Kennedy would kind of get a taste of their own medicine playing Jordan, losing 3-0. And then they would have a very thrilling series against St. Louis Park. And that best-of-5 series going all 5 sets. And Kennedy with a thriller in the 5th and final set to take that meet between the two. And Kennedy would drop to De La Salle on the road at De La Salle, and then they would participate in the White Hawk tournament at Mound West Tonka. Rockford beating Kennedy in just that, or in that matchup. And Norwood Young America would eventually lose to Kennedy in Kennedy's last matchup in that tournament, and then we find them here tonight looking to build off of that late tournament success. And I think if you're Kennedy, you're carrying all kinds of potential coming into this matchup, considering that thrilling 5-set win over the St. Louis Park Orioles, who not too long ago were section champions themselves, a very capable St. Louis Park team overcome by the Kennedy Eagles. And Robbinsdale Cooper looking to improve their overall district standings. And Robbinsdale Cooper tied for last with Brooklyn Center at 0-2 in the Tri-Metro. And Kennedy looking to improve its section standings, or district standings rather. They sit at 1-1 for the Tri-Metro. Boy, would they like to get to 2-1 tonight. We are almost ready to play some volleyball here at Kennedy. And so the Cooper Hawks will get this game underway with the service. Katya Dyer. Look at his serve for Cooper. And here we go. Cooper and Kennedy girls varsity volleyball underway. The set up front, and it goes right into the net, and Cooper will draw first blood. And so Kennedy with the attacking error there with the ball right into the net. So the service over. Kennedy looking to set it up. That's a good dig in the backcourt by Cooper. And unfortunately the Hawks can't finish as Dyer tried to save it from going out of bounds. And we are tied at 1. Kennedy now with the service. And this is set on the far side. A good block in front. Subak with the Kennedy block, and here's a free ball over. And here's the set for Kennedy. Good pickup by the Robbinsdale defense. And that's going to be ruled as a double touch. So Kennedy will be awarded the point. So that's what that was about. We're going to get a brief stoppage in play. So the Cooper bench right now is consulting with the game official about some rule changes that they're trying to ask about. And so they will now play on Cooper. Oh, they tried to free ball it over the net. Instead, they ate up the net with that shot, and it's now 3-1 in favor of the Kennedy Eagles. And that ball just grazed over the top of the net, and Cooper can't save it in the backcourt, as we'll have another look. Kennedy now on a roll with 4 in this opening set. Tasia Christopher with the service for the Kennedy Eagles. And the serve. Dug out, flew right over my head here in the broadcasting booth. And we'll have another, well, I thought we were going to have another look at the service there. 5-1 Kennedy. And Cooper trying to keep it away from the far side, and they can't dig it out. And Kennedy now with 6 to start set number 1. Kennedy on fire. Coming into tonight's Tri-Metro matchup. And this is dug out. Almost hit the basketball hoop attached to the ceiling. And Cooper gets it over to Kennedy. Kennedy with the set up front. Oh, and that is dug out nicely by Cooper, but it lands. And it did go up and hit the rafters, but that is still considered a live ball by rule, and so it will drop and count for Kennedy. 7-1 Eagles. Cooper with the set. Tried to touch it in front of the double block, and Kennedy will pick up point number 8. Well played by Kennedy in the front court with 2 defenders right in front of where Cooper was looking to send it over. That is popped up by Wilson. Free ball across. Set up for Kennedy. And they get nothing but net. As Blanche Dennis tried to send it over. So Cooper now feeling a little bit better with that second point. They still got a lot of work though, down by 6. And Tracy Nguyen with the service, and will pick up a service error getting the net, and we'll have another look. And after that service error, it will net the Kennedy Eagles now 9 points. Couple of key mistakes here early for the Cooper Hawks, as Ariana Johnson now back for the Kennedy service. Cooper swats it across. Dug out by Kennedy, set up in front. And Kennedy, a nice tap, but Cooper able to keep it alive. They send it back over, and it is out of bounds. And the Eagles will score as we have a look on the replay. Cooper definitely gave himself plenty of good chances there, still keeping it alive, but the send over was not good, and that play's not going to be very good for Cooper either, as we'll have a look here. And Kennedy with the service ace. 11-2 Eagles. And Ariana Johnson, once again, back for the service. Cooper trying to get it away from the far side, and that's under the net, and so and we'll have a look there. Yeah, not the best look for Zoe Smith. I'm sure she'd like to have that play back in front of the net. So 12-2, Kennedy now with a 10-point lead here in the opening set. And it is out of bounds on the following Kennedy play on the service error. So now that is Cooper's third of this set. Marwin David with the service for the Hawks. Hoping to get a rally going with her teammates against Kennedy, and that's a good start with a service ace. And that one just escaped Latasha Carter's dig attempt to keep it from going out of bounds there on that far side. Good strategy there to play those edges nicely for Cooper, and they find themselves now with four, trying to get back into this thing the best that they can. Had a little set over, but that's a great intercept by Cooper, by the way, by Dyer. And Cooper back across will find the 5th point of the first set. Couple of really nice possessions for the Hawks here. Trying to claw back into this one, the service across, and it is out of bounds, so it's service error for Smith. And she will head to the bench. And Jenny Wong, the libero for Cooper, will step in. Heitkamp with the service for the Eagles. Set up for Cooper, and the shot into the backcourt, and it does not fall for Cooper. And we'll have another look, way out of bounds there. Good job by Christopher to not get in the way of that ball as the heat was coming. And Robbinsdale Cooper going to watch Kennedy commit a service error. And the Hawks now with a total of 6. Philly Gabriel with the service for the Hawks, and she sends it over. Free ball over for Kennedy at the net, hit the top of the net. And so they are going to award a point for the visitors. And the service across. Picked up by Renstrom. Tapped across. Cooper able to get to it. Trying to tap it across, and an excellent block by James. And Kennedy with the point. Lila James in front of the net, showing authority on the block on that last sequence for the Kennedy Eagles. Kennedy definitely has somewhat of a size advantage up front as Kennedy will serve. This is popped up. And so Cooper not able to quite get the handle on it. So it will be an Eagle point. And that ball, it hit the top of the net, skipped over, and Cooper's not able to dig it out. And so Kennedy now back to a 10-point advantage here in the opening set. Carter with the service for the Eagles. And a service ace. Cooper out of position in the backcourt on that last Kennedy serve. It's going to find them down 11 now. And here is the set by Cooper. Free ball over for Kennedy. They put it up. And a good double block. But it does count as a point. You cannot touch it twice. So the point will count for Cooper. But Lila James's presence in front of that net very much felt there on that Cooper point. James is also kind of in a tough spot on that double touch. And we'll have another look here at the Kennedy point. That's now 19. Naomi Oakley, the libero, with a service error. Thielen Reeves back for the Hawks to do service to the Eagles, which she does, and it is out of bounds. A service error for Cooper. Kennedy now 5 points away from taking the first set in tonight's matchup. And Redstrom with the service. Cooper with a free ball over. Kennedy will respond, sets it up front, and it's double blocked. And Cooper with a dominant point there as we have another look. Cooper giving Kennedy a little bit of a taste of their own medicine in front of the net. Good job getting a couple of defenders there for the double block. Set for Kennedy as they force it over. Cooper will pick this one up. Set in front. Kennedy's right there. Good position by Carter. Tapped across. Cooper sends it over for Kennedy on a free ball. Kennedy picks it up. Play still going. Sent over to Cooper on the free ball. And that hit is going to be out of bounds right on that line. As we just saw there in the replay, Kennedy will be awarded point number 21. Tasia Christopher with the service for Kennedy. And it's mishandled by Cooper for a service ace for the Kennedy Eagles. 22-10 in the opening set. Christopher with service again for Kennedy. Puts it over. Popped up. Very close to the announcer's booth here. Free ball over for Kennedy, and it's picked up by Oakley. Tried to tap it across, did Kennedy. They eventually get it across after finding that Cooper double block. Still alive, sent over to Cooper. They pick it up. And it just drops. Miscommunication in the backcourt for Cooper between Juliana Smith and Katsia Dyer as the ball just kind of floated down. Both of them assumed that each of them was going to get that ball, and so a simple miscommunication leads to Kennedy's 23rd point in this match. A little free ball sent over by Cooper, then returned by Kennedy. Free ball over for the Eagles now. Eagles will set it up. Oh, and that's mishandled, and that's going to be a Cooper point. Latasha Carter, as you could see there, was trying to tap it across the net, and it just came off of her hand wrong. So a slight miscue there by Carter on the return for Kennedy. But there is no damage done. The Eagles are up big here in the first set. That service hit the top of the net, off Kennedy, and it will count for the Hawks. And Nguyen with the service over. Kennedy slaps it across, it's out of bounds, and Cooper with another point. And Latasha Carter's shot is too far, going out of bounds. And Tracy Nguyen with the service for Cooper once again, but it is a rocket shot well out of play, and that will constitute a service error for Cooper. Kennedy now 1 point away from taking match, or set number one, I should say, rather, in tonight's contest. Ariana Johnson back for the Eagles on this next service. And Cooper had that one hit the net, and it falls for Kennedy. And Kennedy will take set number one in tonight's matchup. So if you're Kennedy, you really have to feel good with how you've been playing, although there are some slight game mechanic-y type things that you have to work out, I suppose. But overall, a very, very solid set for Kennedy, winning 25-13. And for Cooper, the miscommunication definitely played a factor in not being able to keep up with Kennedy there in that first set. And so we'll see how they're able to respond in the second set. And so coming up on the schedule for the Cooper Hawks, they have Brooklyn Center at home after this game on Wednesday this week. And then next week on Monday, they go on the road to De La Salle. And then they're back home on September 20th against Columbia Heights. And then on the 26th of September, the Cooper Hawks travel to Richfield to take on the Spartans. And then they're back home against Fridley at the very end of September, their last game in September. And then they stay at home to open up the month of October against Visitation. And then followed by another matchup at home, this one against Osseo. And then their final two matches to close out the 2023 regular season on the road at Minneapolis Edison, and then back home against St. Paul Central. And looking at the Kennedy Eagles schedule coming up after tonight's matchup is concluded, it's the Nicolette War as they go on the road to Richfield on Thursday this week at Richfield High School. Should be a very fun game. Then Kennedy back here at home next week on Monday to take on the Holy Angel Stars, the current leader in the Tri-Metro standings, 2-0 undefeated in the Tri-Metro. Then Kennedy goes on the road to play St. Anthony. Back home here against Visitation. And then on the road against Brooklyn Center, at home against Columbia Heights. And then they stay here on the home court against United Christian Academy. Then they are on the road now to the month of October, on the road at Tri-City United. And then their final game of the season is back here on the home court against Minneapolis South. That game should also be a fun contest. So we are just seconds away from starting the second set in tonight's matchup. Man, if you are just joining us right now on BEC-TV, glad to be with you all. Alex Redding alongside of our broadcast crew tonight, bringing you all the action from the east side of B-Town, from Kennedy High School on the corner of Old Shakopee Road and Nicolette Avenue. And I mentioned it in the opening of tonight's broadcast that it's been a long time since we were last back here to cover a Kennedy varsity volleyball game. You have to look back to October 17th of 2017 when we were last here. It's been a long time as the second set officially underway. And it results in a Cooper point off a Kennedy service error. So we kind of saw this in the first set. Cooper out to a good initial start, but Kennedy able to settle into the groove very quickly and pull away. Cooper looking for a different narrative this time with the service by Nguyen. Kennedy sends it across, picked up. And that is slapped into the net short by Nguyen. And that will tie the game up with 1, giving Kennedy its first point of the second set. Cooper with the set in front, tried to tap it across, and Ataria McDonald can't put it over, as Kennedy will take their second point of this second set. And the service. Cooper sets it up. McDonald, and a blast to the backcourt, but it is over and a point for Kennedy. So we'll have another look there on the replay. McDonald definitely had the speed down, just maybe not the right touch on the ball. So Kennedy once again. Well, that time didn't work out for Kennedy. A little miscommunication in the front part of the, or on their side of the court, as Cooper picks up their second point of the second set. 3-2 game. Kennedy out in front. And Marwin Davis rather, for the service on behalf of Cooper, and that service bounced off of Jasmine Wilson. We'll have another look here. Kind of caught her by surprise. The point goes to Kennedy, not a surprise there. Jasmine Wilson kind of smiling afterwards. And again, it's been those little miscues by Cooper that have really kind of kept them out of this matchup so far. So a free ball over for Kennedy, and it falls for Cooper. Peyton Subak couldn't quite save it or dig it out of the front court for Kennedy, and Cooper comes up with their third point of this second set. New substitution in for the Hawks. Philly Gabriel comes onto the court. Gabriel will serve. And it's sent across, picked up by Oakley. And Kennedy taps it across. Free ball over. Kennedy with the set. Kennedy! Got it! And the Eagles with a kill. Kennedy starting to warm up here, getting well into this second set. Sally Heitkamp with the service for the Eagles. Dug out by Cooper. Sent across, picked up. And tried to tap it across. Behind her back was Heitkamp, and it goes out of bounds for Cooper's fourth point. And Kennedy sends it across, and they pick up another point. And Renstrom dealing damage for the Kennedy Eagles. Latasha Carter one of Kennedy's outside hitters on that last serve. And Cooper Kennedy now with that last point. Carter with the send over. And so with Carter on the last serve, it's an ace for Kennedy. It's now an 8-4 game. Carter with the serve over. Ooh, and that's a tough play there for Juliana Smith, trying to dig it out. And as she dug it out, it got her right in the face. So Kennedy now with 9. That's a great play to keep it in play by Wilson for the Cooper Hawks to keep this volley going. And Wilson is there again to keep it in play. Set for Kennedy up front, trying for the kill, and they got the net instead. Lila James was set up for the kill in front, and she netted it. Cooper now with 5. Thielen Reeves with the service now for Cooper, sending it over. Dug out by Kennedy, free ball over for Cooper. Set by Wilson, shot across, and it's in bounds! It is in bounds for Cooper! That's a good call by the official. And of course, it's a pretty easy one to make, especially because she was standing right in front of it, of course. Thielen Reeves with the service over. Set up. Kennedy trying to tap it across. And it's going to be a Kennedy point. So good block in front of the net by Cooper. But it doesn't land the way that they wanted to, so now Kennedy getting that last point, and then they will pick up 11 to go with that on the following sequence. This one hit across. Kennedy trying to dig it out and can't. And Jenny Wong able to find the sweet spot in that Kennedy defense to pick up number 7 for Cooper. And Dyer goes back for the Cooper service. Dyer shot over, picked up by Oakley. Set up front, Kennedy trying for the kill, and they overshot. And Cooper, on an attacking error there, will pick up their 8th point. And Dyer back with the service for the Hawks. Sends it over. Set up front, and an excellent block is going to deny Kennedy. And Marwin David says, no way, get that thing out of here. Kennedy looking to set it up front. Free ball over for Cooper. And it's set up. And Cooper with a kill. Tracy Nguyen finding that front corner. And Cooper now within 1 of tying set number 2. And unfortunately, that ball goes out of bounds on the service error. And Kennedy back out to a 2-point lead. Audrey Redstrom on the service. And it is blocked. But it was touched multiple times by Sheehan in front. You can't do that, and of course, Cooper will come away with the point. Sheehan with good position, just a little bit too hands-on with the ball in front of the net, more than she needed to be. And we will get the service by Nguyen for Cooper. So it looks like we have a spill on the court. That's what the delay was, as Blanche Dennis was able to help take care of it. All right, ready to resume play. Nguyen with the serve. Just got it across the net, and Nguyen has the touch. Cooper ties the second set on an excellent serve by Tracy Nguyen. And Nguyen will do the honors again. Sends it across, picked up by Carter. Carter sends it over. And Cooper trying to touch it across, gets the net instead as McDonald not able to execute. Kennedy now with 13, following the error up front. Tasia Christopher on the service for Kennedy, and got the side of the net. Tie game again. Each team now with 13. Cooper making things interesting here in the second set. Marwin David on the service. Set by Renstrom, out of bounds. And Kennedy awarded that last point. Peyton Subak on the service for Kennedy. Dug out and over the net by Cooper. Renstrom taps it across. Cooper still keeps it alive until they hit the net. And Kennedy now with 15. Cooper picks up the service. And in front of the net, mishandled by Wilson. We'll have another look. Looking to pop it over maybe on a free ball, and Jasmine Wilson had it come off her hands. A little funny that time. It'll be 16-13 Kennedy. Renstrom. And that attempted free ball over to the far side doesn't work out how Kennedy wanted it to, and so Cooper will come away with that point as the ball goes out of bounds. Gabriel now on the service for Cooper. Sends it across. Picked up by Oakley. Set by Renstrom. Tapped across, but Cooper picks it up. Sent across by McDonald, and Kennedy now sends it back across. Good dig by Cooper, and they can't finish. That is an excellent dig out of the backcourt by Emily Blanchette. Unfortunately, Kennedy not able, or I was going to say Cooper there. Cooper not able to get it back across, and so Kennedy now with 17. And the service by Dennis, and a service error by Dennis. And Cooper with 15. Blanchette heads to the bench for Cooper. New substitutions in the game. Service by McDonald. Sent across, or at least Kennedy tried to. And Cooper will pick up the point. And Cooper with another point ties the game at 17. These Hawks are relentless here in the second set. And for Cooper, it started with a few plays, and before they knew it, they are even. Good block up front, an excellent save in the front court by Nguyen. Kennedy picks it up on the other side. Kennedy sets it up, and it's in bounds! Kennedy with the kill! And it's Carter with Kennedy's kill. And a 1-point lead, and Carter will go back to perform the service. Cooper, free ball over from the backcourt. Oh, and that's a cheeky pass over by Renstrom. And Cooper not able to handle it. And the Eagles now with 19. And Kennedy with the last service, very good. Cooper picks it up though, sent across. The Eagles set it up. And there's a net violation that's called. And so that's why play stopped. Kennedy 19, Cooper 18. Cooper on the serve. Reeves with the service. Put up by Carter. And sent across by Christopher. Cooper looking for the response back. And an attacking error by Tracy Nguyen, who was looking for the kill. Instead, she found the net. And Kennedy finds point number 20. And the service by Oakley. Picked up by Kennedy, and a kill for Renstrom. The junior right hitter with Kennedy's 21, or their 21st point of the second set on an excellent kill. Naomi Oakley. Oakley on the serve for Kennedy here, just waiting to get things set. Officials blew the whistle, and Oakley with the service over, and a service error. 19 for Cooper. Katya Dyer now with the service for Cooper. She sends it across. It's picked up. Renstrom with the set. And Kennedy with an attacking error as Sheehan cannot find the kill. Allison Sheehan for the Kennedy Eagles definitely brings quite a bit of size up front for the Kennedy Eagles, and another attacking error ties the game now at 21 apiece. So Cooper able to get back in this thing and tie it thanks to a couple of Kennedy miscues up front. Set by Kennedy. And Kennedy strikes blood. And Renstrom with a good assist there. And Kennedy will find point number 22, 1-point lead for the Eagles. Renstrom will go back to serve. Renstrom with the service. Cooper picks it up. Set for Cooper, and it's an attacking error for Nguyen. And Cooper is going to take a timeout. And so head coach Tierra Russell wants to talk about it with Cooper. And Cooper looking like a completely different team here in the second set. Relentless, not willing to go away by any means. And Kennedy, they look a little bit shaken here, especially as of recent. And thanks to a couple of attacking errors, those miscues definitely aided Cooper in tying the game. Although I think for Cooper, just trying to play cleanly and consistently is going to be their biggest friend here. So we'll see how Cooper can respond out of the timeout. Audrey Renstrom on the service for Kennedy with a 2-point lead in the second set. Renstrom with the service. It goes over, and a service error. Cooper now back within one thanks to Renstrom's service error. And Nguyen on the service for the Cooper Hawks. She had a couple of good serves in this game so far. Nguyen with the service over, picked up by Oakley. Set by Renstrom. Kennedy with an attacking error. And that will tie the game. Cooper evens it out at 23. Nguyen back on the service for Cooper. Nguyen sends it over. Kennedy having a little trouble picking that up in the backcourt. They eventually get it over on a free ball. Cooper sets it up. Shoveled it over the net in front. And Cooper with the lead. 24-23 Hawks. And a timeout is called. And boy, I got to tell you, that was a excellent touch shot over the net by Katya Dyer to give Cooper the lead. And so now I think the challenge, if you're head coach Dana Dant for the Kennedy Eagles, just trying to find a way to calm your unit down and get reorganized. And especially up front, where a lot of these Kennedy miscues have come from. And here is the set point for the Cooper Hawks. Nguyen with the service. Can Cooper take set number 2? We're about to find out. Nguyen with the serve. Picked up by the Eagles in front. Kennedy sent it across, picked up well by Cooper. Sent back across. Renstrom with the set. Kennedy put it across. Cooper can't save it. Tie game at 24. Kennedy with the service, both at 24. Next point for either team will take the set. Cooper with the set. Over, Kennedy picks it up. Renstrom with the set, and the block in front! But Kennedy picks it up well in the backcourt. Free ball over, Cooper picks it up. Ball high in the air in front of the net, and it's blocked by Kennedy! And the Kennedy Eagles, with a stellar double block in front, take the second set in dramatic fashion. Correction there, it's Kennedy did not take that second set. My apologies, getting a little excited there. It's been a while since I've done volleyball, folks. So now if you're the Cooper Hawks, continuing to find ways and really exploit where Kennedy is not playing well in the front court. Definitely have some chill fans here in tonight's contest. Set point. Set by Cooper. Set to cross, and it's over. And the set goes to Kennedy. And so the Kennedy Eagles able to stave off a very feisty second set. And even though that Kennedy took the last set there, Cooper battled that entire set very well, stayed with Kennedy, and towards the end, Cooper really turning on that momentum when they needed it most. And I think for Kennedy going into this third set, cleaning up those front court mistakes, definitely key to winning this one. Kennedy looking to sweep Robbinsdale Cooper tonight in all 3 sets. So there you can see both huddles moments ago as Dana Dant for Kennedy talking over with her team, and Tiara Russell talking over with her Cooper Hawks. Got quite a few fans in attendance tonight here at Kennedy High School. It's a good night for volleyball, I'll tell you what. So after that second set, expectations are set very high for both of these two, in my view, as we work into the third and what could very well possibly be the final set of this matchup. Of course, Cooper looking to have something else to say about it. And I think Cooper has a really good chance at taking that third set, knowing the momentum that they were able to build in the second set, taking advantage of those Kennedy miscues in front of the nets. And here we go, almost ready for set number 3 at Kennedy High School. And the Kennedy Eagles winning 26-24 in set number 2. And the third set will start out with a Cooper Hawks service, courtesy of Katia Dyer. And the Cooper bench calling for a service rotation there. A little confusion there as to who was going to start out serving by the Cooper bench. It happens sometimes. It's a good job of the bench, though, by double checking just to make sure they have the right personnel out there. And I really think that's a good heads-up correction to put Tracy Nguyen back for the Cooper service. She's done very well so far in this game. did very well towards the end of the second set. Really had it in her. And Nguyen got us underway as Kennedy sends it across. And Kennedy with a kill. Good looking stuff from Lariana Carter, the junior outside hitter, delivering the kill for Kennedy and the first point of set number 3. Christopher with the service over and hit the serve, hit the top of the net, knocked McDonald in the head. And Nguyen not able to get to that ball as Kennedy now with 2 consecutive points to begin set number 3. And Tasia Christopher with the service for Kennedy. And the point's going to go to Kennedy there. So another minor mistake for Cooper there with personnel is going to result in Kennedy's third. And that ball is sent right on net, and Wilson finds the net. Can't get it across, and Kennedy now with 4. Tasia Christopher still to serve for the Eagles. She sends it over. And it's sent back across by McDonald. Rundstrom with the set. Cooper trying to keep it out. An excellent save there in the backcourt by Nguyen. Free ball over the net by Wong. And it goes well over. Kennedy now with 5 unanswered in this third set. Kennedy will keep Christopher out there on the service. In the set by Dyer. Kennedy can't get the handle on it. And Cooper will find point number 1 of this third set. Marwin David, the libero, in on the set for Cooper. Rundstrom with the set. And Cooper able to keep it alive in the backcourt. Send it over to Kennedy. Rundstrom tried to tap it across, but it was tapped right back. Rundstrom with the set. Kennedy tried for the kill, and they do get it. Latasha Carter, the senior, able to strike for Kennedy there in the front court, getting it over. Went off a Cooper Hawk, but it counts for Kennedy's 6th point of this contest. Johnson with the service. The set by Dyer. And Kennedy misplayed it in the front court, and Cooper will come away with that point off the ball, hitting the side of the net. A 6-2 game. Kennedy still taking command. As Gabriel, the senior, now out with the service for Cooper. And this is put across. And it's an attacking error for Kennedy as Carter cannot connect with putting that ball in bounds. And the game is stopped because there was an issue with the scoreboard, it appears, or the clock, but we're corrected and underway once again. And Cooper with another error up front. The officials now just trying to make sure that the clock is set properly with the scorer's table. Both teams can continue to make substitutions, trying to take advantage of this technical delay. There's the scoreboard. So I think what happened is that the scoreboard was accidentally reset, and the scorer's table and the officials, they're trying to correct the score and all the other details on the scoreboard. And it looks like they've done that. 7-3 looks correct, and it is. And Cooper out of bounds, trying to dig it out, and Kennedy comes up with their 8th point. And Cooper misplaying that last volley. Kennedy coming up with their 9th, as I was about to say minutes ago. Kennedy picks this one up. Set in front, and Kennedy with the kill. Audrey Renstrom in front of the net, dishing out some damage. And Kennedy's 10th point. Pretty good looking point by Renstrom on Kennedy's last score, and Cooper not playing that one well in the front court at all, and these miscues continue. And Tiara Russell senses that there's some timidness in her team and just some inconsistency. I think that this is a really good timeout here by Tiara Russell, especially after that misplay in front of the net. And so Kennedy had quite the test in the last set, but Kennedy looking to regain their dominance like they showed in the first. There's Tiara Russell, the head coach of the Cooper Hawks, just trying to calm her unit down. And I think for Cooper, they've showed that they could go toe-to-toe with this Kennedy Eagles team, and I think that the scoreboard tonight, for the most part, is not necessarily telling of Cooper's potential as we look to the last set for evidence of this. But when this Cooper team is on the same page, when they're dialed in, when they are focused, they are dangerous. Almost taking that second set. Free ball across. Set up for Renstrom, and it's a misplay by Kennedy. And you can't touch it twice, as Kennedy did, as Spencer was trying to set up Renstrom, and they got caught red-handed. So Cooper with 4 now. And here is the set. And Kennedy able to put it across for another point. Or correction, that was a Cooper point rather. And an excellent kill by Renstrom. Boy, I'll tell you what, she's had a terrific game tonight, hasn't she? And I think it's safe to say, after this entire match is all said and done, and Kennedy continues to pile it on here in the third. Going back to what I was initially trying to say there before the Kennedy point, I think it's safe to say that Renstrom has been a very big part of Kennedy's success tonight. And a good double block in front. And the sophomore middle blocker, Sheehan, getting in on it with her teammate. Sheehan, one of 2 sophomores on this Kennedy roster. And Kennedy now with a 10-point advantage. And so we have a timeout for an injured player, Thielen Reeves, being helped off the court. Hope that she is okay. And so Reeves will get attention on the bench as she works with the trainer. So Karen Shellstad, the trainer for Cooper, continuing to work with the injured Hawk. And the Kennedy Eagles with 16 now. Kennedy looking to get out of here and finish up this matchup quickly, but Cooper has other ideas. Nice little touch over the net for Kennedy's 17th point by Tasia Christopher. And the junior getting in on some scoring action here with a good volley over. 17-5 game. And Cooper sent it across right into a block. Good pickup by Oakley. Set for Redstrom. Redstrom misplayed it in front. And an attacking error will give the Hawks a much-needed point. Redstrom was set up very well, and she kind of knew that too. Her reaction right as that ball was touched into the net. Boy, and even before the misplay by Renstrom, she was set up nicely by Emily Spencer, number 9. Spencer with the set here, and Kennedy trying for the kill, and they can't get it. And the Hawks will pick up the point. Just too powerful there on that hit across. Kennedy not having to worry about too much, though. They're in front by a commanding 10-point margin. Jenny Wong, the junior, with service for the Hawks. Oakley picks it up. Set by Spencer. And Cooper able to dig it out of that backcourt moments ago, and then with a free ball over. Spencer with the set, and Cooper with the rejection, but a Kennedy point. And Sheehan will get the credit for Kennedy's 18th. And the sophomore heads to the bench, all happy and fired up. Nguyen picks it up for Cooper. Set by Wilson. Touched it over, did Nguyen. But Kennedy, they pick it up. Renstrom got it over, and Cooper misplayed it in front of the net. Kennedy with 19. So Jasmine Wilson going over to the far official, and now the far official waves on the near official, and they're going to discuss it. I think Wilson had a few questions for the officials on a particular call. So Cooper looking to make some substitutions here. And the officials checking in with the scorers table. So things still at a standstill here at Kennedy High School. And Juliana Smith, number 4, currently with the ball for Cooper. Tossing it up and down, waiting for this thing to get going, and she will hand it to Katya Dyer on the serve. So the senior with the service. And Kennedy in front, looking for a kill. It goes off a Cooper Hawk, and Kennedy will pick up the point. 19 for the Eagles. Naomi Oakley, the lone 8th grader between either of these two squads in the game with the ball right now, looking to do the service for Kennedy. And the brief pause was a check-in with the scores table by the officials, and it drops in the front court for Kennedy off the service. And the Kennedy Eagles now so there was a discussion going on just about some of the rules and personnel. So the the near official is chatting with the scores table, and that's the conference right now explaining the situation. So they have not put point 20 on the board for Kennedy, and that's what they're discussing here is. And so there goes the 20th point for Kennedy on the scoreboard. And so I think what happened was that Oakley saw that Kennedy did not get credit for point number 20, and that's a service error by Oakley, as Cooper will get 9. But going back to that last snafu, Oakley was looking at the official and looking at the scoreboard, knowing that there should have been 20 points on the board according to her. And so the officials then checked in with the scores table just to get on the same page and confirm that that was Kennedy's 20th. And indeed it was. So Tracy Nguyen back for the Cooper Hawks on the service. And she's been one of the few bright spots for this Hawks unit tonight that had really taken a licking in the first and now this third set. Was a key contributor for Cooper in their second set. And Cooper is not able to get out of that situation alive. And they cough up the point to Kennedy now with 21 do the Eagles have. Renstrom on the service for Kennedy. Renstrom sends it across. And the set by Dyer, and the kill attempt is a error for Cooper. Going right into the net as McDonald can't put it across. It's been a rough night for her on the offensive side of the ball for these Cooper Hawks. She was definitely in a pretty good looking position the last time around. And so Kennedy with that last point. Eagles now with 23. And it's looking very much likely that Kennedy is going to win tonight's volleyball game. And thanks to a dominating performance here in set number 3, although Cooper still has plenty of more music left to make. The set by Renstrom, and the shot across, and it's out of bounds. And Kennedy with the attacking error, and that's now Cooper's 10th. in this third set. Marwin David back for the service. David sends it across, picked up by the Eagles. Renstrom swats it across. Cooper picks it up though. McDonald with a free ball over. Renstrom with the set, and the block in front by Cooper, and it lands for the Hawks, 11th point. Taylor Williams got her hands on it up front. So Cooper with the service once again, and it's unfortunately a service error. Kennedy with the set point coming up. And boy, would Kennedy like to get out of here with a service ace. Tasia Christopher, the junior, with the service for Kennedy. Can they win it here? Christopher, and it's a service error, and this game will still continue. Cooper down with 12. And Cooper looking to make a substitution. Jasmine Wilson heads off to the bench, and she will swap with Gabriel. And Gabriel with the service for Cooper. Gabriel sends it across. Dug up by Kennedy in the front court. Set up by Renstrom, and Kennedy with an attacking error. Kennedy looking to set up the finishing blow to these Cooper Hawks. Instead, they net themselves an error in front. And for a lack of a better term, I might add, Cooper now with 13. Philly Gabriel, the senior, patiently waiting. And waiting for her turn to serve the ball. Both officials are in a discussion on the far side of the court. And these officials have been doing a really good job tonight, staying coordinated, and they've just been so on top of it. And it's really tough being in their position, considering all the flack that they take from fans. And these are volunteer officials, and so the hours that they put in very much appreciated. Kennedy not quite able to get the kill. Carter was looking for it there, and Kennedy set it up nicely. They look to set it up again. Kennedy again denied, but then Cooper misplayed it on the other side, trying to return it over, and that's how this game will conclude. Kennedy takes all three sets against the Cooper Hawks, winning in the last set 25-13. And the Robbinsdale Cooper Hawks, even though that they dropped 3 consecutive sets to Kennedy tonight, they still should feel very confident and collected about their play in the second. And I think for Cooper going forward throughout this season, it's going to come down to those little things, and communication's definitely a big key. It kind of plagued them in the early going. And for Kennedy, those upfront mistakes, definitely going to need to improve on those as they continue to run the course of their 2023 slate. And I think that Kennedy should also feel very proud of coming out of here with a win, especially getting tested in a big way by Cooper in that second set. They did not let Cooper's momentum slow them down to the point where Cooper was able to take that set. Kennedy lost their step a little bit, but you know what? It's not about the falling off the horse bit. It's how you get back on the horse, and Kennedy able to find their rhythm once again in the nick of time in that second set, and then to carry that momentum into the third. And Cooper, again, much work to be done for both of these two, but a great game, well played overall. And so As the fans file out, so will we. That'll just about do it from Kennedy High School as the Kennedy Eagles take this volleyball game 3-0 over the visiting Robbinsdale Cooper Hawks. For our entire broadcast crew, Alex Redding saying so long from East Bloomington.